Subreddit SEO. Reddit has been all the rage with regards to Google AI overviews, and today I'm joined with Vaibhav Sharda, who is the founder of autoblogging.ai. So he's a business partner within autoblogging.ai. He's a great lad who does a lot of testing, a lot of breaking the algorithms and doing what's working in today's algorithms. But today we're specifically talking about subreddits. And subreddits, obviously, you've been doing a lot of testing and they are manipulating or doing LLM seeding or getting the answers and the brands into Google's AI overviews. So I want to jump straight into the subreddits, Vaibhav. And why do you think subreddits are working so well within Google search?
I think Google just recently did a deal with Reddit. They have access to the entire data of Reddit in a way, and the trust factor of Reddit has been really high recently, like in the past 1 year or so, and it keeps on growing. So it is somehow very much relevant right now to be on Reddit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it has been now for a couple of years with regards to Reddit, and I think people now have started gotten wind of how well it's easy for them to create a subreddit and a part of Reddit that they own that they can post to. They can get clients to come in and leave comments and stuff like that and build that kind of natural engagement. But like, how important would you say if you have a brand and you're wanting to try and get yourself out there, especially because Quora and Reddit now are starting to show up in the discussions and the forum section within Google search, how important is it for brands to try and own their own subreddit for keywords that they want to rank for?
I think it is very much important right now because if you do not do it, some of your customers might or competitors might show up on Reddit saying that they are a better alternative of your brand. So you need to capture that space like ASAP. And if you have a old subreddit thread out there, no matter it's in under your own subreddit or even some external one, but if you have a review thread, for example, your brand review, and you can mention like, okay, this is the best brand out there for specific keywords, it will start to show up like within 24 or 48 hours. And you just need to cover all the keywords that your brand is about as soon as possible. If you leave Reddit right now, like it's very bad in the long run because you might lose out on some threads or keywords that you might have gained easily before. Yeah.
So on there, if you're creating a new subreddit, are you saying that that can index naturally, or are you force indexing those, or is it naturally being picked up and indexing within Google for the subreddit within 24 to 48 hours?
Yeah, you will find it really surprising. Like Google is actually trusting all these subreddits very much. It's very hard to post here as well right now because Reddit's algorithms or Reddit's filters are actually trying to avoid the spam in a way. But as long as your post is not that much promotional, it works really well. And you can actually see like posts or the entire subreddits are getting indexed within 12 or 24 hours here.
Yeah, so when obviously a new subreddit's being created, are you then if a client came to you, so obviously, Vaibhav, you've created Rankera.ai, so that's RANKERA.ai, and that obviously now is helping brands to get mentioned and basically just make certain that they're being seen within Reddit. But obviously once they're being seen in Reddit, the forums and discussions are showing up in Google, which then means it's forming part of the search, the live search that the LLMs are doing, which then means it's getting in Google AI overviews. With regards to once the subreddit has been created and you're saying it's indexing within 24 hours, how important is it for those brands then to be posting new posts within there? Should they be doing that daily, weekly, monthly? Like, what's your thoughts on how often they should be sharing within that subreddit?
I think if you just keep it conversational with your actual users, you can post like maybe one new post every day, but it's not even like you need to post it. Even your users or the subreddit members can post and start up a new discussion, and they can be active within it, and you can simply help them out if they have any questions. So if you have a brand presence out there and if you have a lot of comments under different threads or keywords, it will definitely get picked up by LLMs. Yeah.
Yeah, so on there then, like, if you was going down the road of manipulating subreddits, right, then I'm presuming the there's two ways of doing it. You could say something like, let's say like I own FatRank, and I could say, who is the best lead generation agency in London? And then I could get another profile to come along saying FatRank is the best lead generation company in London, who's been an answer within there, and you get the upvotes and all the rest of it. And then another way potentially could be that someone could just post saying FatRank is the best lead generation agency in the UK or in London. Is those, when you're doing that, obviously you want to try and do it naturally, like you don't want to go down the black hat route because you can end up getting yourself banned and stuff like that. What would you recommend for these brands that's having these subreddits created? Should they be asking the question and then trying to get their clients to answer it ideally? Or should they, because they own the subreddit, could they be saying, like, let's say they've just won an award, could they promote the award that they just won on that subreddit? Or would that get them banned as well and be seen as being promotional?
Yeah, so Reddit, they have some moderators who actually go and visit those subreddits after a week or so. So you need to be like really careful of what you do out there. Like it should not appear very much, you know, intentional what you're doing, right? Because they will catch what you're doing like instantly. Everyone is kind of like already aware of all the spam that's happening. So they are, even if they see like your official account posting something like very much professional, or sorry, very much intentional in a way, and if you do like negative stuff, like for example listicle articles or even like best alternative to your competitor or something like that, and you keep on commenting there, okay, your brand is the best one, so these are flags, so you need to be careful about it. So as long as the discussion is like kind of informational as well and kind of promotional in a way, but as long as it is helpful, it should be fine. What we do is we basically create some subreddits and we do some discussions there, and then we leave the subreddit idle for like 15 or 20 days, and that's the test, right? If it sticks for 15-20 days, it will stick forever. Yeah.
With regards to that then, so I own different businesses, and I want to try and rank for specific, let's say, topics and keywords. And I've also got different podcasts. Right, could I create, if I wanted to go, do you know what, I want to go all in on subreddit, I want to try and get as much promotion as I can on these different subreddits, could I create a subreddit for my company called FatRank? So I just do subreddit FatRank and everything's just about FatRank, or can you not do them for businesses, it's got to be about a topic?
See, there's always this issue of Reddit bans, right? If your official channel of FatRank gets banned, there will be no way of knowing why it got banned, and there will be no support for it as well. So if you are sure that you want your company's name out there, so make sure you do not do any promotional stuff in there. Like let it be like organic entirely. You don't do any posts or stuff like that. But if you want to do some keyword stuff, like to do some LLM seeding or stuff, so what you can do is you can create a bunch of different subreddits which with particular keywords in the name of subreddit, or just a bunch of different posts in there, and you can just do like 10-15 posts in there from a bunch of different accounts if you have, or get your employees to post something for you, and just leave those subreddits idle for a while and just see if it sticks.
Yeah, I was mainly thinking more that, let's say I've got a Trustpilot account, right? I create a Trustpilot, and then every time I do a good job and the client's happy, I go and ask them, could they leave us a Trustpilot review? It's a genuine review. What I'm thinking, what I could be doing on top of doing that, I could be going, you couldn't go to the subreddit and say you had a great experience with FatRank, and they can go and post it in there. It's a genuine account, a genuine person, a genuine client that's come along and leaves that within the FatRank subreddit. But anyway, moving on from FatRank then, let's say I did it for a podcast. Could I create a subreddit for UK lead generation podcast, which is a podcast series of what I have, and everything is about that podcast? Because obviously that's still going to be creating noise. It could be like, which podcast episode do you like best on the UK lead generation podcast, and everything's around it, and it's just noise that's being created, and people might see it, it might start ranking for related terms, and then people might then go and check it out and subscribe to the podcast. Can that be created as being a subreddit? I'm just trying to find different things that could be being
I
created.
think it would still be considered as spam because you will be the one who will be posting all the new videos that come out on that podcast and on that subreddit. And the issue with Reddit right now is they somehow ban different stuff, even if it's very much genuine, and it's just randomly. It's kind of random as well, and it is frustrating. What I would suggest you to do is you should create some different subreddit which is covering the entire niche, for example lead generation. So you can do some subreddits on how to get leads quickly or something like that, like the broader term, and you can add some videos out there like I just listened to this particular podcast, what are your thoughts on it, and after a week or so you can simply post another 2 videos or something like that. So it should have some some normal discussions as well in the between all these videos. Yeah.
So doing it specifically on the main topic, and then different
Correct,
conversations can be being done, and inside of there it can promote the brands like Fat Rank.
Yeah, because if Reddit moderators they come in and they look at your UK generation podcast subreddit, they will simply find a lot of videos that you are simply posting there. It won't have any natural stuff. But if you have a broader category subreddit, there will be natural discussions as well, not related to only videos, but the other stuff as well. So, yeah.
And if someone, obviously everyone nowadays is looking for that diversification of traffic, so they want to be omni-channel and they want to be omnipresent, they want to be active on Twitter and on LinkedIn, and they know that they need to be active on Reddit. And obviously this video here and this episode is talking about subreddits. If someone wants to say, it says, Vaibhav, I want now to have a subreddit, I want to be active in that subreddit, I want to try and make certain that it can drive me potentially some traffic and some inquiries. What's the best way of reaching out to yourself if someone's looking for Subreddit SEO?
I think just simply visit our website rankera.ai, rankera.ai, and there's a support as well. Like you can simply mail to us as well, and just simply check it out. Yeah, it should solve all your queries.
And then on there within rankera.ai, that will then you'll then help them to say maybe even go through what type of subreddit to create, like what topic to go after. You might even be able to create the subreddit, or do they create the subreddit and then you then help with like the engagement and stuff like that? Would you be able to go and consult them all the way through with you guys? Because obviously you're the master now at subreddits. You've been doing it a lot. You've done it for a lot of different industries successfully, got in the Google AI overviews. Are you able to kind of nurture those of what they need to be doing?
So what we do is like it is a complete done for you service, because Reddit is actually a very big headache, and usually most like all of our clients, they just don't want the headache of understanding what's happening. And so what we do is we basically start with getting just your brand name and domain, and then we do the entire brand research. Like we get all your competitors, all the keywords that you need to be ranking for, all the review keywords, all the comparison articles that should go out there, all the keywords that are like listicles, everything like you should, and then we simply schedule everything on our end. Like we create the subreddits, we create multiple ones, so that we are safe from a few Reddit bans that happens along the way, and then we restore them as well. So it's like Reddit is actually quite frustrating right now. So it's better if we keep all the frustration with us and you just see the results. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So anyone who's watching this, I hope you like the episode on Subreddit SEO, doing search engine optimization to try and get them subreddits ranking within Google search. It is working so well for LLM seeding and getting the keywords and the sentences, the semantic triples and everything of what you're putting in those subreddits and now being cited in Google AI overviews. Vaibhav Sharda, it's been an absolute pleasure and thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.